Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Recently, I shared a video about how I let some unhealthy habits slowly creep back in to my life. It wasn't something that happened overnight, and it happened before I really knew it, and I was showing up as someone that I didn't really want to be. But the good news is that habits tend to go both ways. Just like small unhealthy habits can slowly pull us away from who we want to be, but then there's some great habits that can pull us back. So today I wanted to share some simple habits that have been changing my mindset. None of these are complicated, but they've helped me worry less, trust God more, and become more intentional about how I live on a daily. Right now, because of my Achilles bone spur, running isn't really an option right now. So a while ago, I probably would have focused on everything that I couldn't do, and I would have just felt limited. But my perspective has changed a bit. Instead of dwelling on what I can't do right now, I focus on what I can do. I can still walk outside. I can still get on the treadmill. I can just literally still move my body. So I feel like I'm not limited in that way. So running isn't gone forever. It's just a goal that I'm going to work towards at a later date. That shift in my perspective has been huge for me because it reminds me that progress doesn't always look the same way we imagined that it would. And sometimes progress simply just means refusing to stop moving. Now, there are days when I have enough energy to do a workout and karate. There are other days that my body reminds me that I need to choose one. Let's just keep it real. I've learned that listening to my body isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. So instead of trying to prove something by doing everything, I ask myself, what's going to be better for me today? What am I feeling like? What is most important for me to do today? And many times the answer is karate. As I prepare for the next level, showing up consistently matters even more than trying to do everything. I realized that consistency beats perfection all the time. Another habit that is helping me is Bible study. Right now I'm listening daily to a Bible reading plan, and it's me listening to the Bible each day, going through the Bible. Could I be doing deeper studies? Well, yes, I could, but instead of feeling guilty about what I'm doing, I'm focusing on just building that consistency first. I've learned that a small habit I can actually stick with is far better than some big plan that I may quit soon afterwards. I know that God can speak to me through His Word, whether I'm listening to it while I'm walking, driving, or just sitting quietly. The important thing is that I'm working towards staying connected with Him daily. Sometimes my mind feels crowded. It's like I have 20 different conversations happening in my head all at once. All kinds of things just jumbled up. So writing tends to help me slow things down. Once I put my thoughts down on paper, they become much easier to process, and many times I can identify what's actually bothering me. Sometimes I can even look back later and realize God has already answered prayers about things that I've forgotten about. I also write my prayers. Writing them helps me stay focused instead of allowing my mind to wander while I'm writing. It's become a conversation between me and God, and it's something that I can also revisit later. Now, one habit that surprised me the most is how I've started responding to negative people. Before, I might have ignored the negativity and just moved on. Now I pause for a bit and I consider what could be going on in that person's life. I never really know what's going on with someone or what they could be dealing with. So for someone who is really consistently rude or negative, they may be fighting a battle that I don't even know about. Now, that doesn't mean that I excuse unhealthy behavior or allow people to mistreat me. It just reminds me that I can lead with compassion. And sometimes, instead of becoming frustrated, I've started to pray for that person, even though I don't know exactly what they're facing, but God knows. Lately, I've been intentionally thanking God more during my prayers. just focusing on my gratitude. I'm not just asking him for what's next or just bringing him all of my worries, but I'm also thanking him for everything he's already done. When I stop and look back over my life, I realize that there are many times that God has carried me through situations that I never thought that I'd survive without him. He's been there for me and has been patient with me. He's also forgiven me and loved me, even though I struggle to love myself at times. When I focus on those things, my perspective changes. Instead of constantly worrying about what God hasn't done yet, I am reminded of everything he's already done. These habits I mentioned may seem small, and by themselves they may not seem life-changing, but when I repeat them day after day, they began to change the way that I think. I've realized that peace isn't something that I stumble upon. It's something that I intentionally cultivate through the different choices that I make every day. I'd love to know in the comments, what's one small habit that has made a big difference in your life? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you in the next video.